Hi students, in this video I will walk you through our Canvas course and MyLab and Mastering and give you some tips on accessing and completing homework. So right now we're in the student view of the home page of our Canvas course. You'll notice that you've got your home page and I hope you read it. You can access the syllabus on this tab. You can sign up for MyLab and Mastering using this tab. That's the easiest way to purchase the access code. Then you do not need a course ID, and it is less expensive than if you bought it in the bookstore. The heart of the course is actually in the modules. There is a module for each week of the course, so there's 6 modules. The Getting Started is actually just the home page. So let's go to week 1 and see what's in week 1. Every week starts off with a discussion of what we're going to do this week. In week 1, you're going to read chapters 1 and 2. And then it moves on to say what we are going to do this week. And the first items are the videos. This time we have a video from your textbook. To use that, to look at that video, you're going to have to log on to MyMath Lab. They will ask you for your username and password. All of the other videos are videos that I created myself. Some of them are MP4s and some of them are links to YouTube. What's nice is that when you click on a video, like this one, it looks like it's an MP4. It's taking a moment to load. And if this small video is disturbing, you can always go to full screen, and then you can exit full screen by hitting escape. And what's also nice is it opens in a new window. So when you're finished watching the video, you can just close that window. Then you're prompted after you look at the videos, and I would look at the videos before I read the chapters, to move on to read the chapters from your textbook. And I'm not going to do it because it will take a moment. But if you click this, it will open you right up to chapter 1, the correct page, and ditto for chapter 2. Also, the easiest way, and this is the way I suggest for you to access homework and exams, is using the Homework tab. So let's look at Homework 1. We click on Homework 1. Now I've already played with Homework 1, so you're going to be surprised at what you see here on this page. There are 18 questions, but I have deleted 2 of the questions. And when you click on those, you will see that your instructor has deleted those questions, and you still get credit for it. I was playing around with question 11, so I think that, and I didn't complete it, so that's why it has an X mark next to it. But no problem. We can go back and look at question 11 again. So you can keep revisiting your homework many, many times until the due date is passed. So what we have here on the right is annual numbers of floods in a certain country over a span of 21 years. They want you to calculate the mean, the median, the quartiles, the range, and the IQR. Well, sure enough, if you look at the videos and read the textbook, there are formulas for all of those things. But I have good news for you. I want you to understand the formulas so that you'll be able to understand the quantities that you are calculating. But this little icon up here is special. It allows you to open the data in something called StatCrunch, which is our online statistical calculator. So it might ask you to log in order to use StatCrunch if you're doing this for the first time, but I'm not doing it for the first time. So let's explore a little bit of what you can do with StatCrunch. For Chapter 2, here's what you can do. You can go under the Stat menu, and this is explained in one of the videos. You can go under Summary Stats for the columns, and there is only one column. It doesn't have a very good description. It should be called Number of Floods. And then you can go down here and decide which statistics you want to calculate. I have a Mac, so to select many different statistics, I'm going to be hitting the Command key. So I have Command N, then I'm going to have the Command key for the mean. They didn't ask me for the standard deviation, but if I wanted that, I could have that too. I could have the median if I wanted that. I could have the range, the min, the max. These are all things that we'll be talking about. The quartiles, which this problem talks about. The IQR, which this problem talks about. So after we have all of those things selected, we're going to hit Compute. And a very nice little table comes up. And there you have it. You have the median, the mean. Now, be careful because MyMath asks you to round to a certain number of places. So that if this was 2 places, you would have to have this 5 rounding this up to, this would become a 2.10 if they asked for 2 decimal places. Not an issue, of course, for the quartiles, which are whole numbers, or the IQR, which is a whole number. The only caution I have is to be careful to round to the appropriate number of places. So a good thing to do would be to jot all of these numbers down before you exit StatCrunch and go back to your problem. I didn't remember what the mean was, so I'm not going to be able to enter it. Let's see if I can go back and retrieve it. Yes, what was the mean? It was 82.1. So let's go back and enter that, 82.1. And let's see what we've got here. I've got to scoot down, and I've got to scoot down over here, and I've got to somehow click the Submit button. I can't do this that easily on this student window, but I would submit it, and it would tell me I've done a great job. Okay, now I've scooted down and I've found the button. Let's check your answer. And it says, excellent, you've done a great job. And you say, okay, and then it moves you to the next question. If it says you didn't get it correct, it gives you a couple of opportunities to change your answer. Then it gives you the correct answer, and you can always come back at a later date and change your answer. The other thing I want to point out is there's 2 wonderful buttons at the bottom here. A Help Me Solve This, which walks you through, and you have to supply some answers along the way. I don't think you'll need it for this problem, but for more complicated problems, I think you'll find it very helpful. Then the other one I really want you to encourage you to look at is the View an Example. But I have a warning here. Some of the formulas, like the formula for the standard deviation, is very computationally intense. So When we get to the part where, oh, they don't get to the part, even the formula for the median is complicated. When they get to the part for the standard deviation, I don't want you to use the complicated formula. I would much rather you use StatCrunch. So sometimes when you're doing view and example, you'll get a complicated formula which isn't actually the easiest way to do that problem. Let's back up a moment. And it says you haven't completed it, but that's okay. I'll say yes. And then let's go back to problem 10. There's, again, the help me solve this, view an example. This one and some other problems have you open the data in a new window. And this is a big data set. That's why I didn't print it all out. It's got 51 data values, but you can open it in StatCrunch as well. So you're going to hit this little icon, open in StatCrunch, and there you have it. So I showed you how to use the Stat button, Summary Stats, on the columns to get your summary stats. This time I'm going to show you how you can use the Graph button to get a box plot, because you will find in chapters 2 and 4 they are going to be talking about box plots. So we're going to pick this option. We're always going to check off the fences for the outliers, the mean, the median, and that's about it, and compute. And what we see is a lovely little graph. You'll understand all the ins and outs of a box plot when you watch the videos and read the chapter. But if you hover over it, you can get the median, you can get, you can get the mean, and if you hover over the entire box, you get a lot of information. And up here, this lonely little dot is called an outlier. There's one outlier. It's a high outlier. It's outlined in pink, and it is region number 29 that has a population change that is extraordinarily large. It's 34.9. So that's how you can get a box plot. Once again, you are going to get it under the Graph box plot menu. All of this is explained in the videos. So let's wrap up our discussion of homework. You're going to always, 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 at the end of a session, save your homework. Now it's going to tell you with a green check mark the questions you got right, the questions you got partially right, and you can revisit them, and with a big X, the questions you got wrong. You can either resume or review, or you can simply exit. And you're in the homework, and you're done your session. You do not want to hit the X box. Go right back to your modules, and then go back to week 1. Don't close out of the homework. I hope you have found this helpful. If you have any questions at any time, please feel free to email me. Do look at the videos. They're pretty clear on how to use StatCrunch. And again, I'm always available for questions. Hope you enjoy the course. Talk later. Bye-bye.